Milan is the second largest city in Italy, and the capital of Lombardy. Milan is one of the most important tourist destinations. The city contains several cultural institutions, museums, and galleries, some of which are highly important at an international level. Here are Milan's top tourist attractions. Milan Cathedral is dedicated to Santa Maria Nascente. It is the fourth largest cathedral in the world and the largest in Italy. Milan's layout, with streets either radiating from the Duomo or circling it. The old baptistry still can be visited under the Milan Cathedral. It is one of the oldest Christian buildings in Europe. The roof is open to tourists, which allows close-up view of some spectacular sculptures. La Scala is a world-renowned opera house. Most of Italy's greatest operatic artists, and many of the finest singers from around the world, have appeared at La Scala during the past 200 years. Today, the theatre is still recognized as one of the leading opera and ballet theatres in the world. The Museo Teatrale alla Scala, accessible from the theatre's foyer. Castello Sforzesco is a castle. It was built in the 15th century by Francesco Sforza, Duke of Milan, on the remains of a 14th century fortification. It was one of the largest citadels in Europe. It now houses several of the city's museums and art collections. The castle has a quadrangular plan, site across the city's walls. The wall which once faced the countryside north to Milan has square towers and has an ogival gate. The northern tower is known as Torre della Corte, while the western one is called Torre del Tesoro. Santa Maria del Grazie is a church and Dominican convent. It contains the mural of the Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci, which is in the refectory of the convent. The painting represents the scene of the Last Supper of Jesus with his disciples. Leonardo has depicted the consternation that occurred among the 12 disciples when Jesus announced that one of them would betray him. The Basilica of Sant'Ambrogio is a church in Milan. One of the most ancient churches, it was built by Saint Ambrose, in an area where numerous martyrs of the Roman persecutions had been buried. The church is mostly built in brickwork of different origins and colors, with parts of stone and white plastering. The hut-shaped facade has two orders of loggias, the lower one has 3 arcades of same span. The upper loggia was used by the bishops to bless the citizens. The basilica has a semicircular apse. Santa Maria presso San Siro lies on the site of a primitive worship place erected by the Archbishop Anspertus. The edifice has a nave and 2 aisles with barrel vault. The nave is surmounted by a hemispherical dome at the crossing with the transept. The bell tower is still that of the Romanesque edifice preceding the reconstruction. Also from the 15th century is the baptistry annexed to the church. The Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II is one of the world's oldest shopping malls. Housed within a 4-story double arcade in central Milan. The Galleria is often nicknamed Milan's drawing room, due to its numerous shops and importance as a common Milanese meeting and dining place. The structure consists of 2 glass-vaulted arcades intersecting in an octagon covering the street connecting Piazza del Duomo to Piazza della Scala. The central octagonal space is topped with a glass dome. The Pinacoteca di Brera is the main gallery for paintings in Milan. It contains one of the foremost collections of Italian paintings, an outgrowth of the cultural program of the Brera Academy, which shares the site in the Palazzo Brera. The Brera Observatory hosted the astronomer Giovanni Schiaparelli for 4 decades, and a historic botanical garden located behind the Pinacoteca. Parco Sempione is a large city park. It is located in the historic center of the city. The park is adjacent to the gardens of the Sforza Castle and to the Arch of Peace, 2 of the main landmarks of Milan. A third prominent monument of Parco Sempione is the Palazzo dell'Arte, Palace of Art, which currently houses the Triennale di Milano Art Expo.